I get a lot of questions on which gear, do I use the most. And this video is going to be about my chuck box. Now, the chuck box is something that I've used my whole life, ever since I was in the Boy Scouts. And this is a modern take on a chuck box. Obviously, this isn't real wood. It's just a plastic toolbox I got from Home Depot. But what I like about the chuck box is its simplicity. It's one of the most simple things you can have, yet it's a way to keep your gear, your cooking gear, organized. I also love the portability of this. So this I can close up and I can take it anywhere. So this works with my gazelle tent, my orange tent, as well as it works when I'm car camping or truck camping. So I can really take this anywhere. So I love the portability of this system. The other thing I like about it is waterproof and dustproof. So this has an orange gasket, goes all the way around throughout here, keeps dust and water out. So this is, it's really important for where I live in the Pacific Northwest, where I frequent, that rain doesn't get in here, dust doesn't get in here. So it works very well. And what I like about this is it's got an orange tray. And this I primarily keep my utensils in. I've got just basic utensils, everything that I would need to do cooking here. What I did here is I fashioned a paper towel holder. Very simple. I just drilled a couple holes in the top, and so I have a paper towel holder, which is super useful when you're cooking, just to have access to paper towels without this blowing away in the wind or anything like that. So I really like that about it. And basically on the interior, I've got my pans, I've got my jet boil stuff, so I carry my jet boil fuel and my jet boil here. I also carry a little bit of seasoning in here. I carry 2 pans. These are my hex-clad pans that you see me use. I really like the hex-clad pans because, one, they're easy to clean, no forever chemicals, so it makes them super useful to use while camping, and also safe long-term. They're not Teflon coated or anything like that, so I love the hex-clad pans. So one of the obvious comparisons is, what about the chuck box versus a drawer system? And why did I not just put a drawer system in my truck bed? So the drawer systems are really cool. I think they're a step above this, because if you think about, you always have your camping gear in your truck if it's in a drawer system, right? You can load it up with camping gear and it's kind of always there, ready to go. So with the chuck box, you're probably going to take it in and out of your truck when you need it. So that's a bit of a disadvantage, because you won't have the gear always with you. Now, where it's an advantage is I don't have to have this in my truck at all times. I can take it out, I can clean it, I can store it. If I use my truck to do other things, such as getting wood, running to the hardware store, hunting, whatever it may be, now I don't have my whole truck bed taken up by drawers. And so there's pros and cons to both. I chose to go with the good old chuck box because it's less permanent, it's inexpensive, and it achieves what I need in my setup. That being said, the final verdict is the chuck box still relevant in 2025? I would say yes, absolutely. With the availability of these toolboxes, you can really configure it to suit your needs. I've seen people use the Milwaukee pack-out boxes and do really cool stuff with those. Those are a little bit more secure because you can have the platform put on a piece of wood and they lock into place so they don't move around in your truck. So those are really cool. I didn't want to spend that much money, so I just went with a rigid box. And I really like the rigid boxes. I think they're good value for the money. I've got a few more of the boxes I use for other stuff. And so I really am happy with this setup. It suits my needs. It is on the smaller side, so if you have a larger family or you go out with a bunch of friends and you like to cook for groups, you might consider a second box this size or getting a bigger box to suit your needs. But this is a good option for someone who doesn't want a permanent setup in their truck, who doesn't want to lose a lot of their truck bed with a drawer system. So just looking at different options, different ways to stay organized. Organization is the most crucial part of camping, long term especially, and living out of a vehicle. This is one of the ways that I do it with my truck box. Thanks for watching. Love to hear you guys' thoughts, what you guys use for your camping setup in the comments. And thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. And this is Connor out.